Thank you for checking out this little teaser of the history of the papacy and church. Here's a little taste of what's coming up soon on the History of the Papacy podcast. Now, if you like what you hear, I'd love it if you'd leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or your podcatcher of choice. If you want to support the podcast even more, consider becoming a Patreon on patreon.com/history of the papacy. There are many levels and benefits for you, and you help keep the history of the papacy going. You can learn more about all of this at historyofthepapacypodcast.com. With that, here's another piece of the mosaic of the popes of Rome and Christian church, and I will definitely be talking to you more soon.
So Nietzsche, as I said earlier, he writes for the upper class. He's writing for artists, poets. He thinks power, self-accolades, achievements, making oneself great is what gives a meaning to life. Seeking basically your own goodwill. He thinks that being great is what fills the void. So we don't need a greater being than us to make us great. We create ourselves and make ourselves great. And that's the idea of the Übermensch, of throwing off the constraints of society, the constraints of religion, as Nietzsche would view it, and seeking power, seeking riches in this world, right? It's very contrary to a biblical narrative of storing riches in heaven and not on the earth. And Nietzsche's very much not just seeking pleasure necessarily. I don't want to paint him in that light, that it's just pleasure, because pleasure can be found easily and cheaply. Nietzsche's idea is to find power and to find achievements in doing great things.